This former equipment manager signed for $1 on his way to making MLB history. He's the real-life version of the Waterboy, but his story is so crazy that you'd never believe it actually happened. Daniel Nava's high school coach saved the ball from his first varsity hit. Not as a souvenir, but because he was certain it'd be the only one he'd ever get. At just 4'8" and 70 pounds as a high school freshman, he looked like a middle schooler who wandered onto the wrong field. Everybody said he was too small, too slow, wasn't fast enough, didn't have enough power. After riding the bench as a high school junior, Nava got the first chance to start for the varsity team as a senior. By then, he'd grown to about 5'5". While he batted ninth in the order, the team often pinch hit for him. The highlight of that season was when he hit a ball over what he described as a 3-foot fence. I was really sprinting around the bases. I'd never hit a home run before. I never knew what it felt like. He finished his senior year batting .270. Good, but not good enough to get college looks. So after graduation, he went to Santa Clara University to major in psychology and walk onto the baseball team. In the fall, he went to an open tryout, hoping his summer growth spurt would be enough to make an impression. Then head coach Mark O'Brien said he was about 5'8" and 135 pounds. He showed up and he could barely hit the ball out of the infield. After getting cut from the team, Daniel was ready to quit for good. I wasn't thinking about anything in terms of a baseball career, he said. I thought I was done. But Coach O'Brien liked his attitude, so we offered him a chance to stay on as the team's equipment manager. Nava helped out wherever he could, fetching water, keeping the book, shagging fly balls at batting practice, and washing uniforms in the middle of the night. During that whole time, I'm thinking to myself, why am I doing this? We were in Hawaii one time and I'm sitting there washing uniforms at 3 or 4 a.m. I'm like, I should be enjoying Hawaii. Another part of Daniel's job was filming pitchers and hitters in games. During those late nights doing laundry, he found himself poring over the footage. I learned a lot about pitches and approach and what to look for and what not to look for. It sounds weird, but I did learn a lot from that. Little did he know that those film sessions would pay off later. During his sophomore year at Santa Clara, the tuition was becoming too expensive to afford. So Nava transferred to the nearby College of San Mateo, a local community college that was much friendlier on his wallet. One day at the gym, an old friend convinced him to try out for San Mateo's baseball team. By then, he'd grown to about 5'10" and was starting to fill out his frame. This time, Daniel made the final cut. Even still, he didn't expect to play. But to his surprise, the coach gave him a shot. And after cracking the starting lineup, he hit .430 and .384 in 2 seasons, earning JUCO All-American honors and helping the team win back-to-back conference titles. Nava still had another year of eligibility left, and that's when his old friends at Santa Clara called. They didn't just offer him a spot on the team, they gave him a scholarship. And just like that, the Broncos' former equipment manager returned as the team's starting left fielder. Remembering all those late nights studying pitchers, Nava put his knowledge to work at the plate. He led the West Coast Conference with a .395 batting average and a .494 on-base percentage. But when the MLB draft rolled around, his phone stayed silent. Instead, he showed up at a tryout for the Chico Outlaws of the independent Golden Baseball League. But after an underwhelming showing, they cut him. So I didn't play for a whole year. I was trying to get picked up, trying anything to play somewhere, but every door got shut. Then, after a year away from baseball, his phone finally rang. It was the Chico Outlaws circling back. They called me up and told me that one of their players wasn't able to make it out, so if I wanted a chance to play, I wasn't even guaranteed a shot, that I can cruise on up there and try out for the team. This time, the Outlaws kept him around, and in his first year swinging a wooden bat, he hit .371 and won MVP of the Golden League. Baseball America ranked Nava at the very top of their 2007 Indie League prospect list, which he didn't believe at first. I got a call from the pitching coach at Chico. I thought it was a joke, so I told him to shut up and stop playing around with me. He was serious, but I really didn't believe him for about 5 minutes. Finally, he said, "Navs, I'm not messing around with you." Finally, I saw the article, but nothing happened for a couple of weeks. Eventually, the article made its way to the desk of Jared Porter from the Boston Red Sox. Porter later bought Nava's rights for $1. Yep, $1. The lowest amount possible for an MLB team to purchase a contract. Nava dominated each level of the minor leagues from 2008 to 2010, batting a combined .331 from Single A through Triple A. I've always been told you need to prove it at the next level. I think that has a lot to do with why what I've done has been kind of under the radar. In June of 2010, the Red Sox called him up to the big leagues, and from there, things unfolded quickly. In the second inning, Nava was gearing up for his first major league at-bat. Before heading out to the on-deck circle, he turned to then Red Sox manager Terry Francona. "I wonder where my folks are sitting," he said to the manager. "I don't care," Francona said. "Go up and get a hit." Nava didn't waste another second. With the bases loaded, he launched the very first pitch he saw into the right field seats for a grand slam. Nava said it best. "As I was rounding the bases, I think that's kind of when I said, oh man, I just hit a grand slam." That's probably why I was sprinting the whole time, because I was so obviously pumped for that moment and that opportunity. It's pretty ridiculous. With that swing, Nava became just the second player to ever hit a grand slam on the first pitch of his MLB career. 3 years later, he had the best year of his life. In 134 games, Nava hit .303 with 12 homers, helping the Sox go from worst to first, from dead last in the AL East in 2012 to winning the World Series in 2013. You don't script that stuff, it just happens. I honestly felt honored and blessed to be a part of it. After another 2 seasons in Boston, Nava spent time with the Rays, Angels, Royals, and Phillies before calling it a career. The kid who was never expected to get more than one varsity hit had accumulated 452 of them in the big leagues. And that's why you never give up on your dreams. If you want more sports stories like this, subscribe to my channel. I'll keep making more videos if you guys want them. Thanks for watching.